Hey folks, welcome to the sideshow. With me,
I'm ordering something for a client.
It's okay.
Keep going. You're doing a great job.
So today's episode is we're talking about the Olympics and how disgusting they can be. Like,
That's a good way of putting it. It's a great way of putting it.
Okay, for this year, like normally I'm excited about the Olympics, and I usually keep track of the medal count, and I get like pumped up and I share all the stuff. But this year, it seems very weird because there's really not a whole lot of media coverage this year.
Thank God for that. You seem so worried about that. I am not.
Okay, so I understand why there isn't a whole lot of media coverage because of the fact that, it is a communist country who wants to promote that kind of behavior from another country when, they enslave their own people.
Well, sure. That I can understand.
But here's the thing, like we literally get everything from China.
Hold on, I'm gonna see what I can find.
I'm pretty sure
it's gonna become my favorite segment is what can Heather and Willow find that's next then that's relevant to the show.
I'm pretty sure my microphone came from China.
That's relevant to both of us. There you go. Starbucks cup right there, made in China. Okay, I feel better about that. Was literally within my reach. Okay.
But it's like
I'm doing capitalism. Wait. I'm not gonna fine, girl. I'm not doing capitalism. What are you doing?
We're helping some poor, eBay.
No, it's not eBay. It's actually a friend of mine who was a client who became a friend of mine. And she is in Canada.
Ooh,
I have some Canadian friends, some Canucks. And she comes down every once in a while, and she is obsessed with Loungeflies as much as I am. And this company does not allow you to order outside of the US.
Oh, ooh.
So in your face, Carl. Anyway, go ahead, Willow. Let's talk.
Well, I appreciate you helping the Canadian economy.
Yeah, absolutely.
The weather has been absolute shit up here, but
it's been gorgeous here. What was it at today? I want to say so. Right now, I'm gonna refresh Weather Channel because it never ever works for me updated wise. Okay, so this is the weather right now. There you go.
59. I would love that.
I know. What is it? -20.
Well, okay, let's see what it says in Fahrenheit because I prefer it in Fahrenheit. It's 11 degrees up here.
Hey, last week it was like -17 Fahrenheit. Okay, so it's warming up. It's a heat wave.
So that's t-shirt weather.
Do you see that my heat is on? Okay, no, just kidding. It's actually off right now.
But yeah, no, in actual weather, yeah, we're at minus 12 degrees Celsius, and yeah,
I'm gonna jump out of that one.
It was really nice yesterday. Snow was starting to melt, but the problem is when the sun's shining and the snow's melting, that there's something bad coming around. I never trust the weather, nice weather in winter.
I don't trust any of it. Not just any of it. Carl says it's 37 degrees. Carl, where are you guys? But yeah, so talking about China.
Yeah, and
I don't necessarily, and this is just my opinion. I mean, obviously different governments here. I just don't think, and don't get me wrong, and I'm trying to like watch myself. Oh, Illinois. Okay, that's right. I just don't think people are that interested in the Olympics anymore. Like, so I have never been one to be like, oh my God, I'm so excited. The Winter Olympics. Oh my God, I'm so excited. The Summer Olympics. Woo. I mean, I just don't like it. Like cool. I think it's impressive, but then there's so much drama behind it. So much soap opera stuff. So much money goes into it. And Will and I will sorry, I realized it looked like I had a hat on. I'm also on muscle relaxers, guys, after my back procedure yesterday. But there's so much money that's being spent on these. There's so much tourism. It's great to drive the tourism to whatever country, city, but then there's so much destruction. And
I'm gonna share this because this is what gets me, is like all the pictures that comes out from like the abandoned.
Oh, is that
buildings.
The link I sent you or the one you sent me?
Yeah, this is the well, either one is pretty much the same. It shows pretty much the same pictures, but it's like all these Brazil, we have Athens.
Yeah, there's like the bird's nest was that in Germany. Everything in Rio, like they put so much money and effort into I think the only thing that's still in use is the aquatic center in Beijing. I think that's it. But everything else, I mean, these are from the 30s. The buildings are still standing. I guess it's because of historical value, but nothing's been done.
But it's garbage. It's like, okay, so in Berlin, Russia used the athletes' bedroom, like the athletes' rooms as their barracks for it. But they left in the 90s, and it's just like the Olympics literally just like dumped all their garbage.
Well, and here's my thing, and I guess I'm a person of the people. There's homeless everywhere.
Yeah.
There are, people in the streets. Yes, a lot of these are outdoor venues, but realistically,
again, garbage.
Garbage. My favorite was like the stick with the flag on it on the field. Yeah. But there's so much space. There's so much separation. Yeah, like where the athletes stay and everything. There's so much space. Do something for your country. If it's unsafe to live there, why the hell are these things up? Yeah. Oh my gosh, I didn't even see that one. Does that say sports ball? I'm sorry. Can you please go back up? I didn't read all the way. Does that say sports ball? It says sports ball.
Yes.
But I mean, these buildings were beautiful and they held their purpose, but is it that it cost too much money?
These could be like community centers, like teaching young kids how to play
baseball, something. There you go, baseball stadium. But I don't know if it's just so much money to come down. I don't know. It's sad. It's really terrible and sad. But I guess as we're looking at all the sad Olympic villages, let's talk about this year. Yes, Sarajevo was bombed. Yes. So that kind of explains it. Yes, but it's still partially standing. Is it going to cost too much money to demolish the rest of it? Is it unsafe? Who knows? But with this year, I haven't really seen a lot of commercials. Again, I watch more streaming services than anything.
Yeah.
But that's what most of this world is doing now. And I have Hulu and I have Netflix and I have Spotify. I really haven't heard much. I think I've seen one or two commercials and that was it. And I
completely forgot that there was even the Olympics starting this month.
Oops.
It wasn't until I was flipping through the channels and my husband's like, the Olympics are on. And it's like, oh, yeah.
But it's usually, I mean, I don't know how it is in Canada, but in the US, it's usually like shoved down our throats.
Yeah.
And you pretty much put your lives on hold for 2 weeks because all of your favorite shows are on hiatus and everything is Olympics. I think the majority, I'm blowing up. Please hold. I think the majority, it's the captain of my pool league. The majority of the commercials, if you want to call it that, was I can't think of his name. Oh my God. Drugs are bad, kids. Stay off of drugs. But it's Terry Crews and Michael whatever. It's two guys. They're beefy sports guys. And it was them standing in a black room with lights on the floor spinning, saying, "Don't forget to check in while we tell you what's going on at the Olympics." And I'm like, you didn't win me over. I have seen more commercials for the Puppy Bowl, for the Super Bowl, than I have for the Olympics. Yeah. I've seen more articles about the Cat Bowl, which I didn't know was a thing, canceled. Oh, hey, Christian. Well, we were both on your show, but yes, Willow was on your show yesterday. And I gave Christian such a hard time last week, and I was like, why didn't you watch our bro? Okay. Hi, Christian. But no, let's be serious. Like, if I want to tune into it, cool. But like, I don't have a full schedule, and I'm not obsessing over it.
Canada's usually like gung ho when it comes to the Olympics. Like, they're featuring our athletes. Sometimes they even have like a song that, you know, uplifts you. And I think that was more so because they hosted it back in Vancouver. But yeah, it was just like CTV usually has coverage. CBC usually has coverage. You know, now it's, you know, CTV's it doesn't do much. CBC is doing a little, but it's like everybody just decided to boycott China altogether this year. And I mean, again, I understand why. Even our government has turned their back and said, no, we're not going. We'll send our athletes, but we're not going.
Yeah.
But I know that that's the case in the US as well, right? Where your government just said, no, we're not gonna.
I don't know. Sorry, the dog is eating his own bed, and I'm trying to tell Casey that he's happens. So I was distracted because all I hear is, and I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? Pardon language, but he's eating his bed. Okay. No, I mean, I really don't know how the government's feeling about it. I can tell you that the majority of the articles the majority of the articles that I've seen about the Olympics is this person got COVID, this person was doing drugs, this, and it's nothing positive. And reports China's not treating your people.
No,
yes, Christian, I've seen that. Yeah, like the living situations are awful. But
there is a Russian athlete that is her food. Like she was under quarantine, and that is what she was getting, like, for pretty much every meal. She's lost a lot of weight apparently.
Oh yeah. Christian says we love him, by the way. Maybe. Now, I don't know if you got this news up there. When we were still like locked down and Disney resorts weren't really open, the NBA moved all of their teams here. And they were playing at the Wide World of Sports at Disney. So it was the NBA bubble, is what we called it. It was at the Grand Floridian. I mean, they had walls, and there was a player that was saying that they were getting mistreated like that, and he had a very similar looking box, and it was so scandalous because they were getting food from like high-end restaurants, and then here's this like jail food. I hate to say it like that, but I was reading there was an article, and it was so awful. It was like 15 horrifying, let me see if I can pull it up, 15 horrifying stories about the Olympics. And it was like, let me see if I can find it. So I was trying to look up ghost stories of the Olympics, and then they took it very meta, saying the ghosts of the past are haunting, but it's not actually ghosts. And I'm like, well, that's no fun. But this one came up, and I was like, oh God, this is terrible. Yeah, here it is. This was in Rio in 2016, 15 Rio Olympic Village horror stories. So the Australian toilets failed a major stress test, which caused their athletes to move in late. Once the Australians were able to move in, they were robbed. I guess this is all about the Australians for some reason, unless it's just everybody had to do something to Yeah, shines. Some of the villages' fire alarms were disconnected.
Nice.
The Czech village flooded, just out of the ordinary. There was no coffee to be found. Oh no, that's awful. A gas leak smell in the accommodations was deemed normal by Brazilian officials. Because the gas smell and the aforementioned plumbing concerns weren't being addressed quickly enough, several countries brought in their own repair teams. Some villages had yet to pass safety inspection. The Jamaican team is staying in a construction site after arriving to unfinished rooms. Olympic officials lost the key to the Olympics. I am not today.
Oh my God.
So this isn't technically an Olympic village horror story. It's still alarming. The east gate of the games had to be cut open with box cutters after officials realized the key was gone and the women's soccer team had to use that entrance to start their opening match. And there is a video. Willow will probably post this link if you guys want to read more of these. Someone got stuck in an elevator. No coffee, poor Donna.
Yeah.
No coffee. I'm not a coffee person. Can't still drink like 8 cups in the morning. I can't. But with the Olympics, it's interesting because we want to cheer for our country. We want to, woohoo, everybody's awesome. Go USA, whatever. But then I have friends like Willow, and I'm like, yay, Canada! The history of it's gone. Yeah.
The sad thing is, like, as much as I would love to see the Olympics being hosted in my city or my province, that's not going to happen. We're literally, I said this on Christian's show yesterday, where Winnipeg is pretty much Manitoba is pretty much the armpit of Canada. We can't afford, we would literally go broke hosting the Olympics.
Well, we discussed what Florida is of the country last week. It's interesting though, because like Orlando, tourism central, we have no place to put it. But when I was little, I remember that it was hosted in Savannah. And like I was in Savannah, Georgia with my parents. I was like 8, 10, I don't remember. But I remember buying a sweatshirt that had the Winter Olympics on it or something. That's the most I've ever enjoyed of the Olympics. No, I mean, it used to be such a fanfare. I don't know. There's a lot of people chatting away. What do you guys think? What are you guys thinking right now? Are you watching the Olympics?
I love Christian's comment here. I'm really shocked that we're having it there. It's kind of like having it in the country edge done.
It was under contract. I don't know. There's been some scary stuff, but
isn't you know what? Yeah, there was pictures of like, and I know that like the snow isn't actual snow; it's like man-made fluff.
Yeah, it's like a snow dragon. Well, that so we can keep it powdery, but there's so much wacky, crazy stuff. And okay, I'll take it back. The coolest thing I heard about the Olympics this year, which will probably be, if it hasn't already happened, it'll be like the yay, is that the Jamaican bobsled team qualified.
Yeah.
So any Cool Runnings fans, rejoiced. But that's it. That's really it. And then people being quarantined all funky and weird in the drugs. I remember, and Willow, you might as well, when I was younger, I remember it was such a huge ordeal. They would run with the torch, and it was like this massive thing. And like, I think I had a neighbor that like carried the torch, and I thought it was so cool. That was the cool part about it. But I think I've watched one opening ceremony, and I think it was London, because there was a whole Harry Potter and Alice in Wonderland thing.
Oh.
And after the opening ceremony, that was it. I don't care anymore. Donna says, I don't think I've ever watched the Olympics, maybe back when they had 3 channels. Yeah, I mean, yes, history, but do we need it anymore?
No. And quite honestly, like a lot of people have been saying that the Olympics should go back to what it started out as, was having like a bunch of, people like me and you running track or, competing against each other. But we have professional. We have professional. We pay our athletes to go to these to compete, And well, and it's not just like our own countries aren't even paying our athletes. They're raising their own money to go to the Olympics.
Oh yeah. It's like, so I was in band in high school. Yes, I'm a nerd. Thank you. And in middle school, we had to raise our own money to like go to these massive, like, oh, you're so cool. You've now qualified to be at Smoky Mountain Music Festival. Huh, you got to pay like $3,000 each person.
Yeah.
What? It blows my mind. Yeah. Just like people, I don't know if you know this, Willow, but you know, we have the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yep.
We're the stars. Do you know that not only do the celebrities have to campaign for themselves and have a certain amount of votes and present themselves to the board and get approved?
$30,000 for a star.
They have to pay for it on their own.
That's disgusting.
No, Carl. Mm-mm. I was training for a marathon. Well, technically just a 5K before my injury a couple of years ago. So that's why I know.
It's been so long since I did anything.
I like biking, but I
played basketball in junior high.
Willow and I also have the same problem where if we run, we're going to give ourselves a black eye. So yeah, I don't want to do that. But that's cute, Carl. That's real cute.
Sports bras do not work as well as you think they do.
No, and they've got like the boo band thing. Have you seen the boo band? It's literally a piece of elastic that goes across. So if you're wearing your bra and you're wearing a sports bra, it's a band that goes down and hits. But then you have like 4 boobs and it's just not fun or comfortable. Or it rolls up and slaps you in your neck and you're like, oh, wait. I'm reading. Let's see. I saw the event where they stole the idea of backroom grocery store sweepers pushing this thing down the floor and made it into the Olympics. Oh, I would do Zamboni floor cleaning races. That would be fun. That would be real fun.
Okay, that is something I think Canada can excel at.
Canada's really good at curling.
Speaking of which, that starts this week.
You nerd. But yeah.
My husband loves curling.
Oh, that's so cute. You're so Canadian.
And our women's hockey team kicked ass, so I can't complain about how well our athletes do.
You're allowed to like a couple of things. You're allowed to like whatever you want. Yes, drink. See, I would win a drinking competition, or a crafting competition. See, I would like to see like the Unolympics, and it's like random stuff like how fast can you bust out a cosplay? I don't know. That'd be fun, right? Like now my brain is spinning and I kind of want to talk to the network about hosting an Olympics right now.
Hey, you know what? It would be
great, kids.
It would be fun to do kind of like a cosplay competition that is actually a real competition and not something dramatic.
No. Speaking of, I will be doing a whole bunch of stuff for Suncoast Comic-Con coming up in April. So April 23rd and 24th. It is in Bradenton, Florida. If you guys are in around the area, let me know because I'm running the moderators. I'm not moderating. I get to run them around. But I also spoke to Kerry Tarpley, who it's his con, and I told him last night, I said, I refuse to not, yes, I see it. I'll let you read in a second. But I will also be judging the cosplay competition.
Awesome.
So we'll have lots of fun videos and stuff. Go ahead and post it.
I would totally be up for that, Kristen. Awesome. I would, yes.
So what I think we need to make happen is the Sideshow and Legend of the Traveling TARDIS need to put together some kind of crazy cosplay American Gladiator, something else, non-Olympics. You heard it here first, kids. Coming to you in 2023.
Let's see how well your cosplay can outdo like certain situations.
So, fun fact, some of my favorite cosplays are just repurposed. We have a Goodwill like bin store, so it's an outlet, and it's like $1.50 a pound. I bought a black leather trench coat for $4. Yeah. But some of my favorite cosplays are so easily repurposed. It took under an hour, and they're some of my best. What can I say?
Carl. Keisha takes on Russia's leading crazy. I need to send this to her. And
I'm sure there's stuff behind this. Go ahead, Willow.
If you watch the show from Sunday, you'll understand.
I heard some things. I heard some things.
I love her dearly. I really do.
Don't make me do this on the show, because I will. All right. So what else do we want to talk about the Olympics?
Yeah, you know what? Okay, so the medal count right now, Germany is winning by far. They're number one with 8 medals altogether. Sorry, my apologies.
How dare you?
This is so wrong. So we have Norway with 10, Austria with 10. Okay, so we have Canada with 8 medals. And
yay, Canada!
Okay. I need to go to the proper site for this.
All right, everybody, boo Willow. That's a clock.
So yeah, but yeah, okay. So the U.S. has 7 medals altogether.
Yay!
So
Go USA!
You guys are doing pretty well. Oh, Ryan's up.
Thank you. It was all me.
Hey, Ryan, what's up?
Yeah, please excuse me for being late. I was
How dare you?
marketing for some stuff that's coming up soon, and I'm very
How
excited
dare
about
you?
it.
What you marketing for?
What am I marketing for? We got a new sponsor, and now I got the promo code poster ready, so it's in the what do you call those things?
Promotion time. Pimp yourself out. What's your
Sure,
new sponsor?
okay.
Tell us.
Sure, no worries, no worries. So first of all, good to see everybody. Happy crazy Wednesday. It's been
Yes,
great.
happy hump day.
Thank you. Yes, yeah, feels good to be this closer to the weekend. Anyway. So we just started a new deal. We got a new partnership with the Rad Bear. It's a nerdum t-shirt company. They put out shirts for all kinds of fandoms, and they got stuff for Power Rangers. They got stuff for Gundam and anime, the Never-Ending Story. Yeah, that
Nice.
Never-Ending Story, the original. Yeah, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So they got some killer nerd swag, and you can find them at theradbear.com. If you use the promo code NerdCulture10, you get 10% off your order. So how do you like those apples?
I love those apples. I want to make applesauce with them. I don't know. Ryan, I'm still on muscle relaxers for my back. Isn't that fun?
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes. Okay. So tonight's show will be
get well soon. Get well soon. We need you back at 100% because we need you.
No, when I'm on drugs, it's like 150. It's great.
That's fan-flippantastic. So yeah, that's why I'm so late to this party, because I wanted to get this design ready to go and promote to the world. And now we're ready. So I texted it over to Christian over at Rad Bear. I said, Christian, do you like this at all? And he's like, yes, sir. Double exclamation point.
Cool.
So apparently I'm doing something right.
Everybody is saying, hey, Ryan.
Woo!
You're just booing Willow. Willow pulled up the absolute wrong stats and then apologized like a true Canadian. So sorry.
Because you think that these things would be in order for how many medals each country has, but for some reason it's
I know which medal I just won. Yeah,
going for the gold.
Yeah, I won the gold medal for marketing because Canva is your best friend.
Oh boy. Yeah, no, Willow, we were just talking about how the Olympics is so disorganized. You really expected the reporting to be better.
But at least their mascot is really cute. It's a little panda bear.
Oh, look at all these beautiful people in the chat. We got the Keishas of the world. We got the Donnas of the world. The Carls of the nation. What's up, Carl? Good to see you. See what I did there? There's your 90s reference. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I'm here for
I don't know. What do we want to move on to, Willow? Ryan told me he does not believe in ghosts. So.
Ooh.
Well, you know, it just occurred to me, Heather, we really haven't successfully tested this equipment yet. I blame myself. So do I. Well, no sense in worrying about it now. Why worry? Each one of us is wearing an unlicensed nuclear accelerator on his back.
That's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't matter now. Switch me on. And then he moves over to the side of the elevator. Hey, cute fur baby alert. We got fur babies.
This is my oldest son. This is Simba.
Simba, I'm a little surprised to see you alive. See what I did there? There's another 90s reference for the game.
Ryan on point with the 90s references tonight.
I love
Yes,
it.
Carl, Keisha is here now. That's what it says.
I think we said her name too many times.
Yes, it's like Beatles. Keisha.
We need, someone needs to remix the original song from the 80s and have it be Keisha drives me crazy. Okay. We gotta have someone do a remix of that. Can we do that?
Ryan, sure. I think you need to do that. Ouch. Ryan, your idea, your execution, my friend.
Great. I guess we need to call the karaoke people over at what is it? Karaoke
you say her name too many times and she appears.
If you say her, say it once, say it twice, third time's a charm, and Keisha's here. Hello, Keisha. I miss you.
You know what? I had to come in here because so I popped on here and I said hello, beautiful people, like I always do. Okay.
Always.
We're not ignoring you.
No.
We were gloating in it. It's great.
How could anyone ever ignore Keisha A. Cup of the USA? We just can't do that.
That's not what got me in here. What got me in here, I screenshotted it for later use, was Carl. I was reading through the messages and I was like, okay, so Carl said
Carl's mean.
And I quote, let me see.
I better delete all my comments.
Next up, Keisha takes on Russia's leading crazy chick in the mental health contest. And I was like, I should probably go on there and defend my title.
You must not have heard me threaten and Willow threaten that we will get you on the podcast. We're like, we should just go get her now. And then Carl started to get scared.
I did not hear that part. I was too busy starting up my computer so that I could get on here.
Your gaming chair is swiveling from side to side on the other side of your studio there.
Oh yeah, my daughter.
Oh, is Dolores with us? Is she there?
Yes, she's still over there.
Hi,
is
Dolores.
The cat on the chair this time too? Or
my cat? The cat is right there.
Oh, the cat's
it's
right
just
there.
Yes.
Oh.
Hi. There's a cat.
Hi, Dolores.
I see the white beard.
There's the cute kid alert.
I do not have personal space ever. Just forewarning.
What's personal space?
Hey Dolores, we're not making Scream 6 yet, sweetie, so please don't scream. We're not making it yet.
No, but that's a great audition.
It is a great audition for Scream 6. That's right.
Mm-hmm. Yes, great audition. Look at that cute little face.
I know. Look at that cute kid alert. I'm telling you, we're gonna get so many comments and so many sponsors, including the radbear.com.
Oh my God,
taking the credit.
Man. Yeah, Keisha, if you want some Nerdum shirts for you and your family, please go to the radbear.com and use that promo code NerdCulture10.
Always be promoting.
Oh yeah.
I mean, hey, if we learned anything from Brian K. Morris, it's hashtag always promote your stuff.
You're fired. Oh, that's a cute face too. All right, everyone, make your cutest scary face on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I got nothing.
Okay, this is where Carl screenshots.
I'm just counting my deck of cards I have here on the side of my studio, Heather. That's what I'm doing. I'm counting cards. Hi, Dolores.
Counting cards? Why?
Yeah, these are you never saw pod decks before? You ever heard of that? You never heard of pod decks?
Okay. Let's see what does the pod deck guy have to say for himself today?
Yeah, well, Poddex is one of our other sponsors, so you can use that.
Wow, I had no idea.
I know, right? Yeah, if you use the promo code NerdCulture, you get 10% off your order. Anyway, so Poddex are the latest thing for podcasters. You shuffle up the cards, you ask a question, you let the content roll, and they keep your guests or your friends. You can do it as a party game on their toes. And I have a full deck of cards right here. I'm doing a recording of And I
Quote most recent comment.
Please pull a card. Let's see what.
Do you want me to ask you a question?
Yeah.
Okay,
let's see what it has.
By the way,
we don't need no cards, stinking cards, but bring it on.
These cards all have questions on them. Okay, so here we go. First things first. Are you related to anyone famous or historical? And if so, who are they? Does anyone have an answer to that question?
Yeah.
Sure. Who are you related to again?
I am related to a famous Russian general, General Zhukov. Who was known as the man who shot Hitler.
Wow.
I wrote a whole book about it.
Nice.
Interesting.
Anybody else?
Anyone else want to answer this first question?
I know a lot of famous people. If
you go to Poland, I'm really, really popular, guys.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you related to anyone famous over there?
So we have like our own hotel and stuff like that. So my
Really?
my
So road
maiden
trip to
name
Poland.
my maiden name is Twardowski. I'm super Polish.
Yeah.
And so over in Poland we have a lot of Twardowski things. I guess there was somebody important. I don't know. There was somebody important.
Yes,
Do
that
I
was
know
the-
who
that
they
was the
are?
moment I wanted
No.
you to post up, Willow. Thank you for reading the mic. Yes.
This
Yes.
is why Carl and I are good friends. Oh, look, Carl, you had to rewind just so you can grab more screenshots of my ugly face? That's fantastic. Thank you, Carl.
Yeah.
He'll tag me on Facebook.
No, I'm
tomorrow
pretty
morning.
sure it's whatever this is going on. This
It was great.
COVID
We're the
breaking out
glasses
phase.
gang. Ryan's the one that's out. Oh, girl. Let's. Yeah, you're fine.
Like, look
Yeah,
at this
Keisha,
nice
get
big
well
one
soon,
right
by the
here.
way. I
We're
almost
gonna
forgot to
honor
wish you
there.
that.
Okay. Willow, do you have one?
Oh, I'm pretty sure I do. It's always the
I've got 'em
chin
Ryan
or
has a
the-
big one right here.
Thank you.
Love you.
What does that say?
Wow.
Causality has now been violated. God. This is why we get
So
paid the big bucks.
did you want to pull another card, Ryan, or you want to,
I could.
go
If you
ahead,
want me to.
pull
I
something
got-
interesting.
There's over 50. There's 50 cards in this deck, so And oh, here we go. Keisha, you're gonna love this question. I'm gonna toss this one
Oh,
over
dear.
to Keisha first. So Keisha, what's something weird you do before bedtime? That's the question. Do you listen for ghosts? Is that what you do? You listen for the paranormal?
So I am actually a lot more normal than you guys think I am. Thank you very
Really?
much.
Whoa.
Okay.
I do not believe it.
So I have like a nightly routine that I do.
Mhm.
I like how you guys are waiting for me to say something ridiculous.
Heather is waiting with bated breath.
She's like, "Ooh, is it?"
Go ahead.
Heather's
ghost
like, what can I
hunting?"
put on our Instagram that's going to
Um,
get us more viewers and
No,
sponsors?
Willow's running all of that. I'm not touching it because I don't want to, have everyone hate me.
Oh, sure.
So
Willow, you're in
guys-
charge of getting
No, you
new
guys are
sponsors.
interrupting Keisha's story. Go ahead, Keisha.
What is the story?
In order to relax before
Yes.
bed, I do a couple word searches.
Oh.
Like good old fashioned with pen and paper word searches. I crochet, and then I listen to a meditation app to go to bed,
Insight timer.
and I also
That's a good
drink a glass of water. That's like, I know everybody's like waiting.
Why does
for
this sound
what?
strange to anybody? This sounds completely normal.
I
It sounds
also
normal.
does.
like to read. I know, and you guys are looking at me like Keisha's got to say
No,
something
no.
ridiculous.
Heather's like, where's the weirdness going to come in?
I'm just wondering why Keisha's on the show anyway.
I know, that's a
The
good question. Why
podcasting is her
Keisha
way
here?
to get the weirdness out, right?
Yeah.
That's probably true. No, so like I used to be way weirder before bed, guys, but now I have to have like a routine because I've got like.
Okay, what's
to
the
get
weirdest
to
thing
bed.
you ever did before bed?
Ooh, here
Wait.
we go.
What's the weirdest
Not
thing I ever
X-rated.
did?
Yeah, not
Oh,
X-rated because we
so
want to
I'm
keep
a
what's
prude,
left of
so
our
nothing
family-friendly
ever
viewers.
X-rated happens. No, so before I used to go to bed when I was younger and I wasn't living with my parents or anything like that. I was living with these random people. Every night I would sneak out of the house before bed and I would just sit in a graveyard. Okay, there. Does that sound more
I knew we
Keisha-like?
were going to be
No.
friends. See,
That,
we knew this
that
a while
answers
ago.
this question that I've been holding up this entire time.
Well,
Does anyone
no,
else have any?
because the reason Ryan's being a duty head is because he was
Oh.
asking originally when I was like, you should come join us for Wednesday. He's like, well, you guys are going to be talking sports. And I was like, no, we're talking about abandoned Olympic sites and how much the Olympics shouldn't be around. And we're going to talk about ghosts. And he's like, I don't believe in ghosts. Just plain and simple. I was like, okay, well, then you can talk about that because we're going to talk about the opposite. And so now he's trying to like pull it out of you. So are you team ghost? Are you team believer or team not believer?
I'm a believer.
Not believer, not Justin Bieber. Come on.
The truth is out there, Keisha. The truth is out there.
He's not welcome back in Canada, by the way.
Who, David?
So no,
David?
I've actually never been a Bieber fan.
You guys can keep Bieber and Celine Dion if you guys want to give us Alaska.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were. I mentioned the truth is out there, which is an X-Files reference, and I thought, wait a minute, we can keep David Duchovny. You don't want him back? Okay.
No, we'll take him back and Keanu Reeves, please.
Keanu,
yes. Keanu is ours.
Did you see his speech that he gave when he won that award in Canada? Like he gave like a 30-minute speech about how much he loves Canada. Mm-hmm. Like literally 30 minutes of how much Canada means.
He was also, when they were filming the most recent Bill and Ted's, when they were in New Orleans, people were going, like, flocking to the French Quarter to try to find him while they were shooting. And instead of being a diva, he would literally stop and go meet and greet with them and take photos and sign autographs.
That's awesome.
Before anybody throws anything at me.
No.
Okay, I know the name Keanu Reeves.
Not a Keanu fan?
How can you hate on John Wick?
No, I know the name, but I don't think I've ever actually seen
The Matrix
he's in.
Have you ever seen John Wick? Have you seen John Wick? Okay, John Wick's like the biggest action franchise in the world right now, so you may
Bill
want to watch
and
that
Ted's
trilogy.
Excellent Adventures. We have Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey,
which I like more than the first one.
He was in.
He was in Bram Stoker's Dracula.
So I know the face, but I don't think I've seen anything.
Well, do you have your handy dandy notebook? Do you have your notebook? I do have
my handy dandy
notebook. You might want to write this down. John Wick trilogy. You might want to write this down. John Wick trilogy.
Ryan, John Wick is not the only thing that he has done. So you
have you seen Toy
he's
Story
done
4?
in the last 20 years.
I have seen Toy Story 4.
Okay, so he was Duke Kaboom in Toy Story 4.
He was.
Okay, so I have seen something that he's in.
Yes, you have.
Toy Story, yeah.
I'm not sure I should be proud of it, but I have.
Oh, I love Toy Story 4.
Oh,
I'm like scrolling through IMDb to see what else.
Oh, he was in The Devil's Advocate, Keisha. The Devil's Advocate.
That was a great movie.
That was with him and Al Pacino, and who was his wife? Was it Charlize Theron? I think was his wife.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. A very young, up and coming at the time, Charlize Theron.
Constantine was great.
Yeah, but we don't really.
Was he in Smallville? Because that's the only thing I've watched for like the last month.
We don't talk about Constantine unless it's the guy who's on the TV series. So you know.
Have you watched? You should see The Lake House.
That's decent, not great, but it's. Oh wait, Speed. Have you seen Speed?
That's what I said. I said that like 20 minutes ago. Where were you?
Sorry, I was busy.
Ryan, is he in Smallville? Because that is the only thing I've watched for like the last month. I actually
that would be amazing though.
Unfortunately, Keisha, my good friend Keanu Reeves does not make any appearances in Smallville.
Oh shucks.
I know.
Feeling Minnesota was a weird one.
I never saw that though. What is Carl saying? Speed with yes, it was called The Net with that girl from the bus, Carl. Yes.
Yeah, and there's Point Break.
It's good. It's a good one too. It's not great, but it's good.
I feel
You're terrible. You have terrible taste.
Well, a lot of people say Point Break is great, and then I finally saw it for the first time during Corona Miley Cyrus, and I thought this movie's pretty good, but I don't think it's one of the goats.
Did you ever see Babes in Toyland from the 80s?
No.
Keisha?
No.
I think I have.
Oh, then you've seen a Keanu Reeves movie.
Okay. I haven't seen it in forever and a day, but...
What was that movie that Keanu did with a few younger actors when they discovered a dead body, but they had to keep their mouths shut about it? It was like an 80s
I don't think Keanu was in Stand By Me.
No. It wasn't Stand By Me. It was a different one.
He wasn't in Goonies, and he definitely wasn't in Stand By Me.
It was like a prep school movie or something. No. It was a high school where they were like biker dudes, and they discovered a dead body, and they're trying to figure out who killed her or whatever. I don't know. It's on his IMDb somewhere. It's in the 80s. It was in the late 80s, early 90s.
Well,
sorry, don't mean to get all gruesome on the sideshow. I know we're supposed to be happy-go-lucky people on set. But, you know.
I wasn't.
Yeah.
I was born in the 90s.
You're forgiven.
Hey, the 80s were a lot of fun. I mean, I was born at the tail end of them, but so what? Who cares?
That works.
Born in the 80s, raised in the 90s. It's a great time to be alive.
That's exactly right. All right. So we talked about Keanu Reeves for a really long period of time tonight.
Yes.
Hey, who doesn't want to talk about Keanu Reeves? He's like the nicest person on the planet.
Well, why don't we've got 15 minutes before we wrap. Why don't we each talk about weird stuff that's happened this week and what we're looking forward to the next week?
Mm.
As Willow hiccup burps and refuses to stay off of,
weird
Willow,
stuff that
your
happened to us
your
this week?
turn.
Oh yeah. So it being Wednesday. Okay, let's see.
New
Beginning
comics
of
day.
the week, I get insulted by a guy.
What?
So,
Okay, you did not tell me
it's
this.
like, no, it's a guy who wanted something out of me and wasn't getting it, and then he insulted me, and I'm just like, oh, aren't you a prime example of human beauty?
I feel like Willow, we also we had that a lot this week. No.
So I was actually going to do like a segment called the douchebag of the week, but there's
I actually think family-friendly ratings might go away from that.
So there's a guy that I watch that does a podcast, and he actually has that. It's called the douchebag of the week. You guys heard me say douchebag. Yes, I did. It's not technically a curse word.
It's not a swear.
You can look it up in the dictionary. It's fine.
So yeah, but he does have a segment called that, and it's one of my favorite segments.
Very nice. All right, Willow, what are you looking forward to the next week?
What am I looking forward to next week? That's a good question. Our next episode.
I don't need those stinking cards, Ryan.
I know. She doesn't need a deck of cards.
Yeah, our next episode, pretty much.
I love it.
This is therapy for me.
Yeah, me too. All right, Ryan, your turn. Weird thing. Yeah.
Weird thing? Oh my god.
Weird story, weird thing, cool thing, messed up thing. Duty head of the week, Carl. Oh my god.
How much time do we have? No, I'm kidding.
14 minutes.
The coolest thing that happened to me this week, other than this great new sponsor, the radbear.com, is I bought a whole bunch of graphic novels and back issues, so that was a lot of fun. Spent money I really don't have on stuff that I really can't afford, but I do it anyway, and I thank you to Famous Faces and Funnies for taking all my money in West Melbourne, Florida. Thanks a lot. Rick Shea and your crew, you're very good at seducing people into them giving you all their money, so that's cray-cray. But yeah, no, I'm just excited to read all these graphic novels and back issues of DC, Marvel, indie titles, and The Phantom Stranger from the oldie times, and The Phantom from the oldie times. So yeah, I'm trying to educate myself on more comic book history. You know, people like Jack Kirby and Brian Augustyn, Chris Claremont. I read X-Men: God Loves Man Kills. That was really good. Speaking of, I mean, Willow, you're a diehard X-Men fan, so this should, warm your itty bitty little X-Men heart.
I should probably get back into the comic books, but
you should, because today's new comic day. You should visit your local comic shop.
It's so dangerous for the wallet, though. Like
it is. If you saw my bill this week, Heather, you would realize I shouldn't be spending this money, but I do it anyway.
Well, that's very adult of you.
I know, right? But what I'm looking forward to, I guess, that's just all the podcasts and the collaborations we're going to be doing, whether it's you or whether it's the people at Krypton Report, whoever else wants to seduce us into collaborating with them, because working with other people and putting out great content is fun.
It is. It's fun. All
Hi,
right,
Dolores.
Keisha.
Good to see you again. Such a sweet.
I was trying to wait till she was done screaming in my ear.
No, it's fun.
You.
It's just,
I love children so much. So yeah, not much has happened crazy this week. I have been kind of quarantining myself because, the word that we do not speaketh. But yeah, so that's it. I've watched a lot of Smallville this week.
That makes me happy.
And that's about it. I mean, she's showing you guys.
Hi, Dolores.
Oh,
by the way, what
apparently we're
season are
watching
you on,
something on
Keisha?
there.
What season are you on?
I'm still in 5.
Oh, did you watch the 100th episode of Reckoning? You haven't seen Reckoning? Okay, I won't spoil
Ryan,
it.
Shush, Ryan, shush.
Sorry.
Right, so
I don't know if I have or
to?
not.
Yes.
So what I'm looking forward to, I don't know. Do people look forward to things?
Yes.
Oh crap!
There's a bright future ahead of us. This Corona Miley Cyrus thing's gonna be over pretty soon.
I guess I don't know. My friend is trying to get me to go do a book signing for my book, so
do it.
Yes.
Do it.
And what book is that, Keisha, for people that don't know anything about you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody.
I'm just like, no, I don't have the picture
all
up.
over her socials. There you go.
You are so helpful, Dolores. Thank you so much.
Good job, Dolores.
That's your mommy's book.
Here, you gotta hold it. Hold it up. Yep, that's close enough. So yeah, book.
Such a sweet kid.
I love my kids so much. No, so
Like show and tell.
I got my first reviews on my book. Apparently I got my first one on the 6th, but I did not notice until somebody in the chat was like, "Hey, go check out your reviews," and I was like, I've got reviews? Yes, apparently I got 3. So thank you guys.
That's awesome.
So I guess that's exciting.
I know you're offering like $10 for your books, but I'm probably gonna have to pay like $25
It's Canada
in order
dollars.
for it to be shipped up here.
Canadian.
Can you
25
not get
Canadian.
it off of Amazon? I don't know how that works.
Probably. I'll take a look later and see.
It's cheaper on Amazon. I just charge more because I got to pay for shipping and handling and all that.
I just want a signed copy of it, though.
And Willow,
I
do
can do that.
Do they not have Shipsy where you're at?
I'll have to look.
Yeah, because Shipsy is really good. You literally pay the U.S. shipping, and then you pay like $5 for them to deliver it to you from the border.
Good point.
By the way, Dolores is booping all of your noses on the screen.
Thank you.
So.
Boop. Wait, I gotta get right here. All right, Dolores, line your nose up. Boop.
Boop, boop, boop. She booped you back.
Yay, thank you for booping me back.
Oh, she's booping you right now.
Oh, ow. That was very hard. Don't do it again.
Boy, the more cute kids we have on this show, the more sponsors the sideshow will have by tomorrow morning.
Absolutely.
That's why we call it the sideshow, is because everybody.
The sideshow is like a box of chocolates, Heather. You never know what you're
going to get. But it's all delicious and sweet. Yeah, sure. It's not a box of Birdie Bots. Kimberly H., one of my dear friends, posted that she tucks me into bed. She's actually in Texas. She and I just talk until hours of the night because we're insomniacs.
Really?
So that's been my entertaining story.
She's gonna have to lull you to sleep tonight, though.
You have to sing you a lullaby.
Yes. I'm gonna have pizza, go into a carb coma, take some more muscle relaxers, lay on ice, and go to sleep. Yes, I had my very last crazy back procedure yesterday. So I am hopefully just going to be doing physical therapy, fingers crossed, and not die. So that's good.
Yeah, don't do that, please. Thanks.
I don't want to, but if I do, I'll come back and haunt you, and then you can go visit the graveyard before you go to bed. Yeah.
My favorite person to visit at the graveyard, I don't know what their first name was, but their last name was Mason. I still go by their graveyard every once in a while because I'm, me.
So, fun fact, love the supernatural and the paranormal, terrified of graveyards, unless I'm in New Orleans.
They are actually one of the places I feel completely, calm in.
I don't know if it's because I'm empathetic, but ever since I was a little kid, I always felt like I was stepping on people and was hysterically crying when I was little.
You just got to know which people to step on. I mean, what?
Yeah, what? Just got to, but it was all family because I wanted to step on all of them. No, just kidding. Yay,
you
Carl.
think or you do?
Carl's thinking about whether or not he wants to tune in next week.
Thank you. Possibly Heather needs to watch Stupid O'Clock. Okay. I need to look up what Stupid O'Clock is.
It's
Heather,
fantastic.
It's on Thursday nights at 9 p.m. EST, and then it's on again later that night, and then it's on again Saturdays.
That's not my bedtime. My bedtime's 3 a.m.
That's great. Well, why don't you tune
we
in
stay
Thursday
up that
nights
late
at 9 p.m.
sometimes.
EST, and you'll thank me later.
When I'm not shooting pool or playing poker or hosting a podcast, I'll do that.
Sure. You can always watch it on your phone when you're shooting pool. That's fine too.
I cannot. Thank you very
You can
much.
multitask. If Keisha can multitask, so can you.
You guys think that me or Brian K. Morris are busy? This woman here is.
You're pointing the right one.
Are you trying to point in my direction or her direction?
You gotta diagonally.
Heather, I swear to God, you are busier than me when it comes to doing stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm running my nonprofit. I'm consulting. I'm picking stuff up. That's me. Picking stuff up for my clients. Physical therapy, doctor's appointments, going to the theme parks, pool, poker,
Heather, I feel like
podcast.
we're like the same person, just in different bodies.
Yeah, Heather, living in Florida for you
I'm
is a
the
full-time
same.
job.
That's true.
It literally
See,
is.
Keisha, when we first met, we knew we were going to be friends. That was great.
See, that's true.
Yes, Ryan, living in Florida is a full-time job.
Where do you
Sounds like
live?
it
I'm also, this was the fact that you learned today, is I'm the Fan Expo Meetups Ambassador for Orlando for MegaCon. So I also host monthly meetups, whether virtually or in person. No, Ryan, I don't have the hookup for Philly, but if you come to Orlando, I got you a ticket, my friend.
Sure.
They just announced the guest lineup for Toronto's Fan Expo, and
I noticed that.
And let's just say that I
saw
really
some good
would
names
like
on
to
there.
go.
One of them I've already had the pleasure of meeting.
Go ahead.
Twice. I've met her twice. I've met Laura twice.
The girl from the girl from Doctor Who, Jenna Coleman.
The girl. Yeah.
The girl that
She's not just any girl. She's the girl of whatever.
A companion of
the Doctor. Yeah.
Austin St. John, Laura
Red Ranger.
Wow.
OG Red Ranger. I met him like 3 or 4 times. He's one of the nicest men on earth.
Okay, and I do not want to bring the vibe down. They literally just released why Bob Saget passed away.
Ooh.
Do we have a COD?
It just popped up on my phone. Do you guys want me to go into this? I don't want to end the show on sadness. So Bob Saget. Okay, Dolores.
It's a sideshow. We never know where we're going to get.
You can't hear you guys, so we're good.
Earmuffs. Bob Saget died from brain bleed after hitting his head.
Oh.
He did not die of a heart attack or a stroke, which authorities believed was the case. We've learned the cause of death was more shocking and tragic. I'm going to try to keep my composure here. Sources with direct knowledge say that after checking into the Ritz-Carlton in Orlando January 9th, so literally a month ago today, guys, I can't believe it, he hit his head on something. We're told authorities don't know what the object he hit was, possibly the headboard, but there was an obvious bruise on the back of his neck. Authorities believe Bob did not know the severity of the injury and got under the covers and went to sleep. We're told he never woke up and died from a brain bleed.
Oh.
That's so sad. That's why they say if you get a concussion, you get hit in the head, do not go to sleep. But now it kind of sounds like they're working towards a lawsuit. Because if it was the headboard, why was there protective padding? And oh my goodness.
R.I.P. Danny Tanner.
Yeah. It's been hard.
Full House and Fuller House are like my favorite series on TV.
Yes.
And I noticed that Jodie Sweetin just turned 40.
I love her.
Weeks ago.
She was just on I Can See Your Voice, which if you have not watched that show is amazing.
Okay.
Watch it. It's hysterical. She was just on it. They literally have good singers and bad singers, and they lip sync. And the contestants have to figure out if they're lip syncing to their own voice or to a fake voice. And there's a panel of celebrities, and it's Cheryl Hines is like a steady there. And then for every round, they win $15,000. And then at the end, they can either, depending on how much money they won, they can either say screw it all and go for $100,000 or keep what they made.
What's it called again?
But I Can See Your Voice. And Ken Jeong.
Yeah.
Yes, he hosts it, so you know it's hysterical. And then they have the final performance is a really well-known singer that sings with the person that's either a good singer or a terrible singer.
Mm-hmm.
Has to take a time out to spank me for missing Dracula. No, Kimberly, it was mentioned multiple times, and I said it's a good one.
Boy, this is getting, wow. She's going a couple of different areas I was not expecting, but hey, it happens.
So, sorry.
I did mention Bram Stoker's Dracula, but with everybody talking all at once, it was missed.
Yeah, we might want to put an R rating on this show next week.
No, and I've told Kimberly multiple times that she's going to need to be on our show because she has a very interesting lifestyle. And I adore her, and she can teach people a lot of fun things. So we'll leave it at that with 1 minute left.
Time for plugs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead. Plug yourself. No, wait, that's wrong. Self-promote yourself.
Ryan, where can we find you on social media?
I think the biggest question
Yeah,
sure. I think the biggest question on everyone's mind is where can't we find this good-looking dude right here? Honest to God, I'm everywhere.
Where's a good-looking dude? Is he behind you? Okay.
No, I'm not. But anyway, You can find me and everything that we're doing on all forms of social media. Simply at It's Nerd Culture. New videos go up on our channel each and every week. We're going to be talking about Boba Fett Thursday night at 8 p.m. EST. And boy, what a finale! Yum! And Saturdays, 12 p.m. EST, is, and I quote, interview content creators of all shapes and sizes from all corners of the nerd universe. And as a bundle of fun, yes, Dolores, I see you smiling. You're excited to watch that show. Yes. Other than that, check us out. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Phenomena.
Do.
Phenomena. Okay, Keisha.
Right.
Plug away.
I don't know. Just Google me. You'll find me.
Hey, it's a Superman figure.
Yeah, she opened it up the other day while I was on my live.
Oops.
She so graciously opened my beautiful figure that I was not going to open.
The one that you were saying that you were going to keep in the packaging forever and ever?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's right
mint
there.
in package is no longer mint in package.
No longer worth $1 million.
But yeah, I don't know. Find me on the things and buy a book if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Books are
And
great.
we'll post a link on our page book for sure. Willow, where can people find you besides in Canada?
You can
In
find me all
Canada.
over social media. I am this. I can't call myself the social media socialite anymore. I'm not on TikTok.
Is that height?
Excuse me.
guys have to-
Okay, so
Did you
yes,
send me?
I'm on.
It was me. Wasn't it? Should have wore a mask during our last live.
Aww.
I'm on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. Somewhere out there is my MySpace account that I should really find because I kind of miss some of those pictures.
Right?
Unfortunately,
that should be
they did
our
not
thing for
keep
next
the
year, next
pictures.
week.
I
Let's
still have
bring
my
back
MySpace.
MySpace.
It
Tune
is
in
not
next
the
week
same
for more
anymore,
weird
guys.
questions from Pod Decks.
Yeah, exactly.
So yes, I am the Hanging with Web program director. Look for my pictures whenever I'm not working morning shift and able to put them up.
How do you really feel?
Can you not eat Superman, please? Thank you.
I run the Hanging with Web Instagram page. And yeah, I'm back with the cereal box. I do Cryptic Crunch with Keisha.
Oh yeah, me. We do that thing.
That's a fun
All right,
show.
fair.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you guys get bored, watch Sunday's episode, please.
It's a lot of
Yes, it was
fun.
about aliens. It was a train wreck. It was.
I heard.
It was about
I didn't
aliens
see, I
versus
heard.
predators. No
Thanks,
kidding.
Heather.
Let's see. You can find me here every Wednesday around 7-ish, except when I'm in New Orleans and probably not sober enough to do a show.
Good Lord.
True. What, Ryan? Don't be jealous. Maybe possibly if Ryan's not being too much of a duty head of the week, maybe possibly joining Ryan tomorrow to discuss Book of Boba. Hey. Otherwise, if you guys want to look at the nonprofit that I have founded, it is stillservingflorida.com to support locally owned and operated restaurants in Central Florida. I'll take you to our Facebook page. You can find me on Twitter, which I hate. You can find me on Instagram, which I also hate. And you can find me on Facebook, which I tolerate. Don't judge me. It's true.
I don't
But
like any of them either.
Yeah.
So.
I don't like people knowing how to find me, but when they need to find me, they can find me. Don't look for me. No, it's fine. I have random requests all the time, and if you're solid and you're not a creeper, then you're fine. Like Ryan.
How did
figure out
I
you're
get
not
on
a
your
creeper.
friend list though? Like, I am all of those creeper things that you just mentioned.
Yeah, no, I
and
know. I just
somehow
made
your
the
friend.
exception for you. It's fine.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, you're
I
welcome.
appreciate that. Dolores, we don't
Absolutely.
eat Superman.
Oh.
Please do not eat the greatest superhero who ever lived.
Did she eat my Yeti? She ate my Yeti.
I hope not.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
Boy,
well,
tune in
with
next
that-
week for the same bat time and the same bat channel of the
That's
slideshow.
right. And with
Thank
those
you very
words,
much.
your words of the week are don't eat Superman.
That's a perfect way to end the show. Do not eat Superman. You guys have a great night.
Bye, everybody.